My name is Bella, and I'll never forget the morning my parents left for Dubai. I was 12 years old, sitting at our kitchen table eating cereal, when my mom dropped a $20 bill next to my bowl. "Wait, that's a 20, my dad said, picking it up. "She doesn't need that much." He pulled out his wallet and replaced it with a 15. "This is plenty. There's food in the pantry." "Mom, a month is really long," I started. Before I continue, please subscribe to my channel. Your support helps me share more stories like this. "Bella, we've been over this. You're almost a teenager. Mrs. Kim next door has our number if there's an emergency," which there won't be. She was checking her reflection in her phone, applying lipstick. But what if? No buts. We deserve this vacation. "Do you know how hard your father and I work?" She didn't wait for an answer. "The utilities are paid. Don't touch the thermostat. Don't answer the door for strangers. We'll be back before you know it." They left in an Uber at 6 a.m., rolling designer suitcases they'd bought specifically for this trip. I watched from the window as they loaded up, laughing about something, looking happier than I'd seen them in months. The apartment felt enormous and empty after they left. I looked at the $15 bill on the counter. $15. For 30 days. I was 12 years old, and I'd just been left alone with enough money for maybe 3 meals. The first few days weren't so bad. I ate the pasta in the pantry, made sandwiches with the bread that was already going stale, stretched the jar of peanut butter as far as it would go. I drank water from the tap and tried not to think about how many days were left. By day 5, I was eating 1 meal a day to make the food last. By day 7, the pantry was nearly empty except for some rice and a can of soup I was saving for an emergency. I thought about knocking on Mrs. Kim's door, but I remembered the one time I'd gone over there when I was 10. She'd answered with a cigarette in her hand and annoyance in her eyes. "What?" she'd snapped. My mom had later told me Mrs. Kim didn't like children and to stop bothering the neighbors. So I didn't bother her. I used 10 of my $15 to buy more ramen noodles, a loaf of bread, and the cheapest peanut butter at the corner store. The cashier looked at me funny, a 12-year-old buying groceries alone, but didn't say anything. That left me with $5 for 3 more weeks. It started on day 9. I woke up with a headache and a sore throat. By that afternoon, I had a fever. By evening, I was shivering under every blanket in the apartment, teeth chattering. I tried to tough it out. Drink water. Took the children's Tylenol from the bathroom cabinet. There were only 2 pills left. Slept as much as I could. But I got worse. The fever climbed. My throat felt like I was swallowing glass. I was dizzy when I stood up, weak, struggling to even walk to the bathroom. On day 11, I hadn't eaten in 2 days because I felt too sick. I'd finished the Tylenol. My fever was so high I was seeing things, shadows moving in corners, hearing voices that weren't there. I knew I needed help, but I was terrified. My parents had said not to bother anyone unless it was an emergency. Was this an emergency? What if I got them in trouble? What if Mrs. Kim got mad? I tried to call my mom's cell phone. It went straight to voicemail. International roaming. They'd probably turned it off to avoid charges. By day 12, I couldn't get out of bed. I don't remember much about that day. I was drifting in and out of consciousness, burning up with fever, my body aching everywhere. At some point, I heard knocking. Loud, persistent knocking. "Bella? Bella, are you in there?" It was Mrs. Kim. I tried to answer, but my voice came out as a croak. More knocking. Then I heard something that sounded like a key in the lock. Later I learned she had a master key from when she'd managed the building years ago. The door opened. Footsteps. Then her face appeared above me, and her expression changed from annoyed to horrified. "Oh my God. Oh my God, child, how long have you been like this?" I tried to speak but couldn't form words. She put her hand on my forehead and jerked it back. "You're burning up. Where are your parents?" "Dubai," I managed to whisper. "They're where?" Her voice was sharp. "They left you alone? For how long?" I held up my fingers weakly. 1, 2. 12 days. 12 days? 12. She was already pulling out her phone. "I'm calling an ambulance." "Don't move." "Actually, you can't move." Jesus Christ, what were they thinking? Everything after that was blurry. Paramedics. Bright lights. The cold air outside. The ambulance ride. Voices talking over me about dehydration, high fever, possible pneumonia. Does she have any family we can contact? Parents are in Dubai. Left her alone for a month. A month. With a child. We need to report this. Already planning on it. I woke up in a hospital bed with an 4 in my arm. A nurse was checking my temperature, and Mrs. Kim was sitting in the chair beside the bed, arms crossed, face furious. You're awake. Good. You gave us quite a scare, young lady. I'm sorry. Don't you dare apologize. This isn't your fault. She leaned forward. Bella, I need you to tell me the truth. How long have your parents been gone? 12 days, I whispered. They went to Dubai for a month. And they left you alone? A 12-year-old child? Alone for a month. I nodded. How much money did they leave you? I felt tears starting. $15. The nurse's pen stopped moving. Mrs. Kim's face went from angry to absolutely livid. $15. She stood up. For a month. They left a child with $15 for 30 days. I tried to make it work, I said quickly. I bought ramen and bread. I was really careful. Sweetheart, you have pneumonia. You're severely dehydrated. You've lost weight. When's the last time you had a real meal? I couldn't remember. I don't know. Before they left, Mrs. Kim turned to the nurse. I want to speak to whoever handles child protective services. Right now. The hospital's social worker came within an hour. Her name was Ms. Rodriguez, and she had kind eyes, but asked hard questions. Bella, I need you to tell me everything. When did your parents leave? How much money did they give you? Have they called to check on you? I told her everything. The $15. The empty pantry. Being too scared to ask for help. Getting sick. Not being able to reach them. She wrote it all down, her expression getting grimmer with each sentence. And you're absolutely certain they knew they'd be gone for 30 days? Yes, ma'am. They told me. They said I was old enough to take care of myself. You're 12 years old. Yes, ma'am. She looked at Mrs. Kim. You found her. I noticed I hadn't seen her in a few days. Usually I see her leaving for school or playing outside. Nothing. So I knocked. When she didn't answer, I let myself in with my old key. Mrs. Kim's voice was shaking. She was unconscious, burning with fever alone in that apartment. If I'd waited even one more day. She didn't finish the sentence. She didn't have to. Ms. Rodriguez closed her notebook. I'm going to contact the police. This is child endangerment, possibly child abandonment. Do you have a way to reach the parents? I have the hotel information from their itinerary, Mrs. Kim said. I went back to the apartment to look for it. Found it on the counter along with a $15 bill and an empty pantry. That'll do. My parents showed up at the hospital 2 days later, tanned and confused and increasingly panicked as the situation dawned on them. Bella, baby, what happened? My mom rushed to my bedside, all concerned now. I just stared at her. My dad looked at the monitors, the hospital room. How did you who? Mrs. Kim found her, the nurse said coldly. Unconscious with a 104-degree fever, dehydrated, malnourished. Pneumonia. She'd been sick for days. But we left food. You left a 12-year-old child alone for 12 days, planning for 30, with $15 and a poorly stocked pantry. Ms. Rodriguez had appeared in the doorway. I'm Ms. Rodriguez, Child Protective Services. My parents' faces went white. We didn't. We thought she'd be fine. She's very mature for her age. She's 12 years old. What you did is called child endangerment and child abandonment in this state. We weren't abandoning her. We were just on vacation. You left your child alone, unsupervised, for what was planned to be 30 days. With inadequate funds and inadequate food. She nearly died. The room went silent except for the beeping of my heart monitor. There are 2 police officers waiting to speak with you outside, Ms. Rodriguez continued. Mrs. Kim filed a report yesterday. The hospital staff filed another one. The state is investigating. My mom started crying. My dad looked like he might be sick. We didn't think. That's the problem. You didn't think so. Mrs. Kim had appeared behind Ms. Rodriguez. You didn't think about what could happen. You didn't think about how a child would survive. You didn't think about anything except your vacation. My parents were arrested that day. Child endangerment charges. My mom cried the whole time. My dad kept saying it was a misunderstanding, that they'd made an error in judgment. The judge didn't see it that way. I spent 2 weeks recovering in the hospital. Mrs. Kim visited every day, bringing me books and food and sitting with me when the nightmares came, fever dreams of being alone forever, of no one coming to help. "You're not alone anymore," she'd say. "I'm here. I'm not going anywhere." My parents eventually got a plea deal, probation, mandatory parenting classes, supervised visitation only. I went to live with my aunt in another state. She had 3 kids of her own, but made room for me, made me feel wanted, made sure I was never hungry or alone or scared again. Mrs. Kim and I stayed in touch. She sent cards on my birthday, called to check on me, and came to my high school graduation. She saved my life that day she decided to check on me, and I never forgot it. My parents tried to rebuild our relationship over the years. They apologized, said they'd made a terrible mistake, that they loved me and never meant to hurt me. I believe they never meant to hurt me, but they did. They left me alone and vulnerable because their vacation was more important than my safety. I'm 24 now. I'm in medical school, actually inspired by the nurses and doctors who took care of me, who saw a child in need and helped. I want to do the same for others. My parents and I talk occasionally. It's civil but distant. Some wounds heal with time. Others just scar over. But I learned something important during those 12 days and the aftermath. Family isn't always about blood. Sometimes it's about the neighbor who noticed you were missing, the social worker who fought for you, the aunt who took you in, the community that said, "This child matters." My parents went to Dubai for a month and left me with $15. When they came back, I was in a hospital bed, and Mrs. Kim was sitting beside me like the guardian angel I didn't know I needed. They faced the police, faced charges, faced the consequences of valuing a vacation over their child's life. And I learned that being loved isn't about grand gestures or promises. It's about someone showing up when you need them most, even when, especially when, it's inconvenient. Mrs. Kim showed up. She saved my life. My parents didn't, and they'll have to live with that truth forever. Don't forget to subscribe. It's free and helps this channel grow faster so we can keep posting more emotional Reddit stories for you.